What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks, or welcome back, rather. We haven't been live since Tuesday, so it's been a little bit here. But we do always start this show by being transparent. Um, while I was away from the show, I wasn't really doing too much betting. No shows over the weekend. I don't really have too much to talk about. Things have been going pretty well, though. I mean, I think 28 and 17 run in all sports, so try to keep that going here today. And we're back with my good friend, Mr. Rob Veno. How are you doing today? Hopefully, everything's been okay for you.
Yeah, things have been good, Skee. This year-long almost run stays pretty much intact. We're up about 100, I think it was 101 and a half units since I'm dating way back to the college tournament, but it's been the best at WagerTalk. So been good. I'm a little disappointed Saturday. For those of you who are college football bettors, Saturday had a little overplay on Kansas State, Iowa State. It looked like I won the game, Skee, until the review people came into play and decided that I wasn't going to win the game, and landed about 3 inches away from an over win in that one as Iowa State chose to kneel on the ball 3 times and crush my heart. But other than that, it's been good. Can't complain. And glad to get back with some WNBA here today. It's kind of a weird schedule, right? They had a couple of days where no games were played at all, and then 5 games, no games. But it looks like we're a little steadier here through the rest of the season.
Yeah, and that man, I didn't get involved in that Iowa State versus um
Kansas State.
yeah, Kansas State. I didn't get involved. That one was in Ireland, right? Yeah, I
It
didn't get
was.
involved in that game. But I should have because I would have had a winner. But it's all good. We'll kick off college football this week, the week one. But we're not here to talk college football yet. We will touch on it later in the week. For right now, let's get to a little bit of WNBA. And we have two games on the slate. We'll go in rotation order like we always do. That means first up is 619, 620. Connecticut, New York opened up Liberty minus 14 and a half. It is still sitting at 14 and a half at most shops. Total open 166 and a half. And I mean, this has to be a mistake. I see it 167 and a half at most shops. One shop though, I'm seeing 170 and a half. And that just seems so far off. So I'm guessing that's a mistake. As far as injuries are concerned, for Connecticut, no Layla. That's a big deal. She's been playing really well. Marshall's also out for Connecticut. For New York, I'm pretty sure Natasha Cloud was not at shoot around this morning. She's listed as questionable for this game. So is Izzy. And you do get Sabrina back in the lineup and Brianna Stewart back into the lineup. They've desperately needed her. I'm pretty sure the Liberty have lost 4 of the last 5 games. And their last one, pretty sure they got blown out. So it's a chance for them to get back in the win column. For the Sun, Rob Vino, they've been overachieving. They've won back-to-back games as underdogs. They come in here as a 14 and a half road dog. Again, do you think they can keep up the good play and keep this one respectable?
Well, I think you do have to, Skee. Obviously, they found a little something that has clicked. I don't want to say since the All-Star break because it was a little further along than that, but let's just say the last couple of weeks. I mean, this team is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5, 6-1 over the course of their last 7, and that dates back to early August. So this month has been good for Connecticut. Again, looks like something has clicked here with this team. Kind of youthful, obviously a restart this year. Talk about the line here for a minute, though, and it just seems to me that, again, this line gets a little bit too big for my liking as far as the favorite is concerned, just based on the return of Brianna Stewart. We say it all the time. We'll say it again. When you have an extended absence, and I guess before I say this, I will say that Nafisha Collier is the outlier in this experiment because she comes back with 30 plus. It doesn't matter if she
Caitlin Clark
sets
do it too. Caitlin Clark has done it too.
60 games, but I wonder how well this New York Liberty machine runs, especially first half with Stewart getting back into the lineup after such a extended absence. I do like the fact that she brings the defense to the table, though. I've talked about that a little bit during her absence. I think that New York will become a better defensive team. And I like the word you used when you said desperate, because New York's fallen all the way to the 5 seed. Not like they're separated by a bunch, 2 games from them to Atlanta, who's in the 2 spot. But for New York to be looking up this morning and seeing that they're 5th, that's not good. When you get outside of that top 4 and lose all home floor advantage, kind of tough. So certainly having Sabrina back, I think she could have played Saturday, according to Sandy Brandello. She said if it was a playoff game, she would have had her right there on the floor. Maybe a little precautionary, but it cost them a game against the Dream. I think the points are too many here, Skee. Honestly, I think New York might feel their way through this game. You've got 2 games between these 2 teams this month where we could kind of base some things on. New York wins by 9. And the other side, Connecticut, won by 16. So they've played them tough. To play them within 14 and a half, 15 points, I think they can do so. So for me, I would be looking toward the Connecticut side. And total-wise, I don't know. My initial lean would be under, just because I like Stewart's defense back on the floor. And maybe the offense is a little bit rusty. And I don't know, really quickly here, you don't know that Sabrina's 100% here. So she has not been consistent on offense either. Maybe I would look at the under, but I didn't play either.
Well, I can understand if you want to say, she might come back a little rusty. We do know she'll help the defense. But at the same time, like you mentioned, we saw Fee come back from a long absence, put up 32. We've seen Caitlin Clark come back from a long absence and go crazy. I mean, it's possible. Not every situation is the same, though. You mentioned the 2 games that these teams have played recently are the 2 meetings. Neither one was with Stewie. New York won both of them. Oh, no, I'm sorry. New York lost 1, they won 1, but both of the games were without Stewie there. So it'll be the first time they see them, the one time they did have Stewie, I think they beat them 100-52. So it's capable of going both ways. I'll say it looks really easy to go and just and take all these points with the Sun. They've been covering every game. Just go to the window with them again and expect them to keep it competitive. But a big part of why the Sun have been good is Layla Lacan. I think it's Lacan. Like I said, I don't watch the games with the sound on usually, but she's been playing really well for Connecticut for probably a month now, and she's a big part of the success that they've been having. So her being doubtful for tonight is a huge miss, and just trusting the Liberty after getting destroyed in their last game to come out here and play up to their talent level. When I look at Connecticut, I mean, are we really impressed with what they've been doing lately? They play the Sky. They played the Mystics twice. They played a Fever team who are missing everybody with ACL injuries. It seems like so many players are done for the season. Are we really impressed with what Connecticut has done lately? I would say no. I mean, I know they've been a bottom feeder, but like I said, I'm just not impressed. I think the Liberty are clearly the much better team. I think the Liberty are in a spot standings wise where they gotta give it everything. They need every single game, and they've already shown when healthy, they can blow this team out by about 50 points. So I don't see any reason why they can't do that here tonight. I think the Liberty are the play in this game. All right, one more for today. That is going to be, in my bad, get back to the odd screen, 621, 622, Aces and Sky opened up Aces minus 10.5. Haven't really seen much movement. Total open 162.5. It looks like 165.5. And as far as injuries are concerned, usual. I mean, she hasn't played it all year. Cheyenne Parker Tyus is out once again. And then for Chicago, they're actually pretty healthy. Only person I see on the injury report is Ariel Atkins, and she's listed as probable. So, Veno, I know how to stop an Aces streak.
Bet them.
Yeah, let me go to the window and bet the Aces, and I guarantee you they will not look like the Aces of the past 9-10 games. But yeah, they've been playing really good basketball ever since that 50-point blowout loss. they've been playing with pride. They figured some things out, and they've been playing some better defense. I think that's a big part of why they've had some success. Uh, they tinker with that starting lineup as well, and things are they're in rhythm right now. It's a good time to end the season at this rhythm. The Aces have climbed that standings. Where they at now? I think what, fourth or third. Um, Man, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see a 10-game win streak coming from these Aces who have been inconsistent all season. But here we are for Chicago. They haven't been great, but they're now healthy. We know how poor they can be sometimes without Angel Reese on the court. So this is tough. This is tough for me. I don't want to lay 10.5 with the Aces. Um, I just think I don't like the matchup for Aja Wilson. Like she can very well, have another killer game like she's been having. But I think Angel Reese is a good defender. Chicago does have some length there. This is really tough for me, Vino. I guess I'll go to you first.
Well, I bet the game and I bet what I trust in this game, Skee. And the matchup that I trust is the Aces offense against the Sky defense. Angel Reese or no Angel Reese, since she's come back, they've given up 94, 85, and 94. She hasn't helped the defense whatsoever, but they've scored. I mean, they have scored 88, 91, and 84. But when you give up 94 to Connecticut, I mean, and lose by 10, Chicago doesn't seem to me. And I will say this is the first time these two teams are going to play this season. Amazingly, I went all the way back to the schedule and said they must have met at some point, but they haven't. And I think that Angel Reese, Aja Wilson, they have a pretty friendly dynamic off the floor. I think that that's going to be a pretty good battle here. It could be tougher for Aja Wilson, but that being said, it could be tougher for Reese and Cardoso to have to play against her. Las Vegas, I'll get into some stat numbers real quick here that may back that up. But I will say that the Las Vegas backcourt, now 4 deep against the Chicago backcourt, which we have ripped from a defensive standpoint for quite a while now, is really no match in my estimation. If I let's just look at the standings real quick, right? You mentioned Las Vegas has climbed. They're number 3. They're a half a game behind Atlanta. If they win tonight, they're in a tie with Atlanta. And you know who their next game is Wednesday night? It's at Atlanta. So the Aces could very well be in second place after this, or they could be a game behind Atlanta. But the point is they're moving closer to that 2 spot. Chicago, as I said, 90-plus points allowed in 4 of their last 6. For context, the Vegas team total that I bet tonight is 87.5. So I need 88 to win this game. So I got a defensive side that's given up 90-plus 4 of their last 6. During the 10-game win streak for the Aces, these numbers are incredible, Skee. Number 1 in effective field goal percentage. Number 1 in offensive rating. Number 1 in offensive rebound percentage. Number 3 in points per game, 89 a pop. Number 1 mid-range shooting team. Number 2 in corner threes. Number 2 in points off turnovers. And Chicago's backcourt is a turnover machine. They're 12th last 10 games in turnover rate. All these things just scream points for Las Vegas. That being said, I don't know if I want to lay 10.5 with them, because up until recently, they hadn't been winning by margin in this win streak. They've been winning close games. So for me, again, I bet what I trust. The matchup I trust here is the Las Vegas offense against the Chicago defense. I'll go team total over 87.5.
All right, good stuff from Rob Veno, man. And I just tickled myself a little bit here because I just remembering, man, they've come a long way. I remember that interview with Becky. She was not happy, to say the least. She was letting her team have it, but now they've woken up. So we'll see if they keep it going. Vino thinks they'll at least be able to score in this matchup here tonight. Mark says Aces will open it up in the second half. We shall see. All right, quick and easy 2 games here, Mr. Rob Vino. So on that note, actually, before we move it to best bets, we'll put a little graphic on the screen this time.
There you go.
Let's see. So let's actually remove this banner so we can see it all. So happy birthday to WagerTalk, right? 11 years old today. So as a result, all daily packages are $11. Looks like for 48 hours, which is from midnight that just passed until tomorrow midnight, you can take 11% off every purchase. So, a couple different ways to take advantage of this. You use promo code 11 years um, to take advantage of this 2 day double blitz, I believe. But the daily package should already be priced to $11. And Vino, neither one of us good looking enough to make this graphic here today. we got we got Drew looking pretty cool over there on the left. That's a
Yep.
cool guy if I've ever seen one. Pavlos, he's celebrating with his cupcake. Teddy.
Teddy looks like he spent a little extra time on the rooftop ski.
Oh man, gotta love Teddy. And
And
RC, man. That's a dome if I ever seen one right there, boy.
since he took off the hat, he makes all the pictures. I'm telling you.
And our good friend Mr. Brian Leonard. I got nothing for
Mhm.
Brian Leonard. Good to see him on there. Hopefully he's doing well. Yeah, I give everybody a hard time usually, but Brian, for some reason, I never end up giving him a hard time about anything. So we'll leave that alone. And now let's see, production, get it together, get it together. It's been a little bit. All right, we'll move it over to best bets. So Vino, I'll ask you if there's anything else that you would like to promote, and if you have a best bet for the show, we would love to hear it. If not, all good.
There was another promotion, I think, Ski, that still stands by the by September. Get the rest of August free. And as I think we mentioned the last time we talked last week, September is just a loaded month with everything that's ahead of us. So you're going to get an awful lot for your money here. So again, visit WagerTalk.com. I think an all-access package for the month of September will get you the remainder this last full week of August for free, which does include the first full week of college football. I'm going to go back to where I started. One thing I didn't mention, because I'm not going to go through this analysis all over again. I like Las Vegas team total over 87.5. But the last couple of games, Ski, out of Dana Evans, very quickly, 7 of 9, 8 of 11, 6 of 7 from 3, 15 of 20 from the floor, 75% and 38 points. They get that kind of production out of her to go along with everybody else. And I'm not saying she's going to do that every night, but they've opened up a new scoring option from the perimeter. And again, a lot of my analysis was based on bad perimeter defense out of the sky. So I'm going to play Las Vegas, or I have played Las Vegas team total up and over 87.5 is the best bet.
All right, good stuff there. And to what you're saying, yeah, I mean, earlier in the season, Dana was not playing well. I mean, maybe it was the lineups that she was being put out there with, but she was not playing good. But lately, she's figured it out. She's being aggressive. She's scoring. She's doing all the right things. So, got nothing but praise for Dana lately. And I mentioned that because I was dogging her out in the beginning of the year. So I got to give credit where credit is due. If you play bad, I'm gonna let you have it. If you play good, I'll give you credit. That's just how it goes. Um, my best bet for the show. I mean, you can't get the number as me anymore, and I don't like to give anything that I haven't played. But New York did go down to minus 11.5. I got it at minus 12. I think that they're going to win this one by closer to 20 points, honestly. And I'll share this. How about this? In the entire database, rested road dogs of back-to-back wins as dogs, 0-8 ATS versus teams who got blown out in their last game. Those opponents win by an average of 16.1 points per game. Says that we should still be able to cover this number that we're looking at for today. So my best bet for the show will be Liberty. I still think they covered a 14.5. Like I said, I will be graded at minus 12, but I can only share what I bet with you guys, or at least that's what all I believe in doing. So, Vino, good to be back with you. Knocked out another one of these shows. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we have basketball. We should have 2 games. So, best of luck to everybody out there. Vino, like I already said, I appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with me. We appreciate everybody in the chat, whether it's YouTube Shorts, Twitch, X, Kick. For some reason, people laugh at Kick. Look, even you laugh now, Rob Vino.
Yeah, because I think I'm with the chat here. I don't. First of all, I don't even know what Kick is, so I guess I could laugh. I'm laughing at nothing. I don't even know what it is. But I'm glad we're on board with Kick.
Yeah, Apple, Spotify, got a couple places you can listen. So and look, there goes right there, you know. B man.
Yeah.
Best of luck, everybody, on all your action today. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you all then.